our message to our builders and to contractors all over the place between Ireland and the UK is that you have a chance to partner with us, a team of quantity surveyors, for less cost than a QS employee. Yeah. And the reason for that, Ross, and you know this all too well, quantity surveying has gone very expensive. Yeah. And quantity surveyors can command, especially in capital cities, or in cities around Ireland, anywhere from 80 to 100 and something thousand, on top of the benefits on top of that. Yeah. Now, you're putting your business in the hands of a quantity surveyor that you probably don't really know. Yeah. Okay? And they have to bed into the business to see,
figure out the culture, etc.
Pick up the culture. How do you work as a business? Where is your forte? Are you into refurbs? Are you into data centers? Are you just a civils contractor? Are you into AC? Are you just a mechanical, electrical contractor? So you as a business owner of that construction company or specialist, you are very dependent on that QS to make you money. Yeah. So what we find is, and what we find of late is that you've brought in that quantity surveyor into your business, and next minute, 4 to 5 or 6 months, that quantity surveyor can actually hand you a notice of resignation. Because maybe they've been offered a better package. They mightn't like the style of your business. So what I say to our builders is that, guys, Carol Estimating is here.
Yeah, it's going nowhere.
I can't go anywhere. It's a business. And I want to work for you guys. That's particularly why we just work for contractors, because I just have that graw for them. I let you guys do the PQSing. We do have our boxing matches, but no, in all seriousness, no. And I will say to these guys that, lads, I would rather be on a job where there's a QS sitting across the table from me, because we have an understanding.
I speak the same language.
We speak the same language, and that goes for me speaking language of our contractors. I don't want to be talking about big words or whatever, or legal terms regarding contracts. I want to be talking in, right, you go in, you do a job, here's your markup, here's your margin, cover your overheads, Bob's your uncle, get the job done in whatever time limit it is, out the gap, get paid, on to the next job.
But it's an interesting... I follow you on social media, of course, Paddy, and I see the progression and development over the last number of years, which has been amazing. And it's a niche area, albeit that profession has been around for years, but it's a niche area to specialize in servicing the contractors and specialist subcontractors in what is now an alternative kind of relationship and contractual structure.
Yes, 100%. Like, we will get many inquiries from contractors. We are not a freelance company. And the reason why we're not a freelance company is because a freelance, more or less, is just one or two people. Okay?
Self-employed, I guess.
There is only so much one person can do in a day, right? And time is a commodity. We all have the same time. But when we bring a team to the party, and when a contractor has access to that team, so if John is out tomorrow, Peter picks it up or Mary picks it up, and there's always a constant flow that people know as we partner with these construction companies. Do you know what it is? They actually do look out for us. They do have our back. And not only does that, you can imagine how that shows their clients, the professionalism behind them. You know, I have a team behind me. Okay, I have my employees who have been absolutely loyal to us, and I wouldn't be here sitting with you here today without them. But also I have a marketing team. I have a content provider behind me. I have a VA, a virtual assistant. I said to one of my contractor partners the other day, I'll be talking to Tierna there, my VA. And he said, what's a VA? I said, a virtual assistant. Where is she? She's in Spain. But she looks after the diaries. She looks after the guys, the way the work happens. But this is the way it's moving now.
100%.
Because quantity surveying has changed. And you know, as a business owner, Ross, we wear many hats. And that goes back to the contractor. If you're a contractor, a small and medium-sized contractor, and you're trying to expand, or you're trying to get busy or whatever, that contractor more or less is wearing every hat of that business. You are the director.
She's carrying everything.
You are the procurement manager. You're the finance controller. You're actually the guy that's actually going down to the merchants to get the timber off the shelf, because you've got a team of subcontractor or your own direct employees that are dependent on you to keep the whole thing going. And that is not easy.
No.
And to be honest with you, you can't, even if you work harder, you don't get any time back.
No. And the problem with that,
afford time.
No, and the problem with it is people are putting themselves under pressure and stress, as business owners because they're trying to do it all.
Yes.
And we have a motto internally in Cosmos. We're the experts in cost. We're not the experts in everything else. We outsource it all. The videographers and the guys in the podcast.
Yeah, the guys here today, yeah.
Outsource. Yeah. Build the relationships, build the partnerships, but do what you're good at. Yes. And then find partners that are good at everything else. And if you can do that, it can release that pressure from you. Because if you build the trust, is what you're trying to do with your partners. Build the trust. They know you're there. You know they're there. And together, then your businesses can grow. And that, I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. If I was to ask you a question though, and for all the listeners out there and the contractors and specialist contractors, what's the advantage of outsourcing this type of service? And I know we touched on a few of the points there earlier on in terms of numbers of people and resource requirements, etc.
So the advantage is obviously it's a more competitive rate. And that is that you can put that cost of a Quantity Surveyor back through your projects, okay? Yeah. When you have a direct employed QS, they are going to cost more, i.e. your prelims and your overheads are going to be a lot more expensive. And unfortunately, construction is not cheap. No. And the more you add to your team, the more your overheads get multiplied. Yeah. Your overheads, your insurance, etc., your PI insurance, if you have to go for that and all that kind of crack. Another thing is time. Yeah. We see contractors that are leaving the house at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to a site for 7:30. Yeah. Wearing all those hats to try to get the day ready. Yeah. Productivity. Yeah. How do I maximize productivity? Yeah. Now, there's this little stat. If you waste 30 minutes to 40 minutes each day and you get that back in productivity, you will have 22 days back. Yeah. That's a month's productivity that you will have back due to time. Yeah. And that's
again, time you can never get back,
time. Yeah. But that contractor is working all day, taking phone calls from left, right and centre. So the next minute you have a Quantity Surveyor, an architect, we want a cost on an extra manhole. Yeah. I'll get back to you. Yeah. 2 weeks down the road, forgot to give the cost.
I don't have time. No.
They ring up the likes of ourselves. Yeah. That's looked after. Yeah. Same at final accounts, same at variations, all that. But that contractor is coming home in the evening time, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. Next minute, I've got to get into the paperwork. Yeah. Who starts to suffer? The family.
The families, yeah, of course.
And you've worked hard so all during the day, during the week, and all you want is a little bit of peace and me time. Yeah. All right? That's where we can offer it. Yeah. That's where specialists like ourselves to say, no, we look after your money part of your business. Yeah. Okay, a trust element has to come into it, but we're actually going to give you back that half an hour or that hour or that 2 hours that you're wasting, that you're probably not putting into the costings that's keeping your business alive.
You don't have the enthusiasm at that stage to do it after filling a day's work and having to come back.
And we're seeing more and more in this country that a lot more jobs are coming out, especially to say the 500,000s or up to the million are coming out in a blue form or contract, which is drawings and specification. Yeah. You have to go get it measured. Yeah. You have to go price it. You've got to go out to your supply chain. Yeah. Guess what? Yeah. We can do all that for you on your behalf.
Yeah. So really outsourcing is creating a number of different things for the contractor. It's releasing time so that they can actually concentrate on the business as opposed to the doing. It's much easier to get people to do the work than actually you do it, because you as a business owner need to think as well. You need space for thinking. Yep. Strategizing your business, what you want to do with your business, etc. But also that security aspect there, that if they get 3 or 4 jobs in the door on a Monday morning and they're looking at it going, how am I going to deal with this? Go, well, hang on, we've our solution providers here. Reach out to you guys and you guys provide that service for them.